We're speaking with Joel of KILLSWITCH ENGAGE. Welcome to Heavy Montreal.
Thank you, sir.
Are you enjoying the festival so far?
So far, so good, man. It's been a very nice day up until a few minutes ago.
Until the rain came.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about Incarnate. The new album came out earlier in the year, in March. Tell me about the sound and getting it together and who put the songs together.
Kind of a combination of everybody, I guess, because we all write and give each other demos, and I feel like this particular record is kind of Adam and Justin heavy as far as, as the song arrangements go, so it's a little bit of a different vibe. I think we kind of went for like a thicker, more mid-rangey kind of sound, a little sludgier than the last one. So the last one was kind of clean and thrashy, and I think this one's a little bit more thick and melodic, you know.
Right.
So it's a little bit different.
So let's talk about the vocalist situation. Jesse's in, he's out, Howard's in, Howard's out. Are we stable now? Is Jesse the guy to go forward?
Yeah. I think this is the lineup moving forward, and this is how things are going to be, and everybody's very comfortable at this point. It's very cool.
In terms of some of the problems that arose back in the day that led to the people leaving, have we settled out all that stuff down? Is it nice and...
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody's comfortable now, I think, and getting along well, no problems. Health is good. So,
right.
That was a big factor, I think, for Howard's when he decided to leave. He just wasn't really well, and I think the touring was a little too much for him at the time, so understandably.
In terms of the sound of the band and writing and making the albums, how does that affect everything, having a different voice come in and come out?
It doesn't really change much for us, like musically, as the way we write the instrumental portion of the songs anyway. Still the same thing. Everybody kind of writes demos, parts, and we put them all together, and then kind of hand them off to the singer. It's the way we've always done it. It's the way we did it with Jesse in the beginning, sort of, and then with Howard, and now with Jesse again.
Yeah. Now you started not the album, but the band back in '99 with Adam. In terms of marketing the band now and marketing albums, what has changed from then to now?
I mean, obviously bands don't sell records like they did, you know, 10, 15 years ago. I think the whole new form of promotion is really social media and keeping in touch with people, you know, that way, I guess, you know, versus doing, you know, getting songs on the radio even, or doing videos. Like, people don't see videos as much as they used to, really, unless you put them on YouTube or Facebook or, you know, things like that. So yeah, Jesse's really good about that, about keeping in touch with fans and stuff like that, checking in every day. And he's all about that stuff. So
well, how important is the whole social media aspect to what the band does? Do you need to be there and be constant, or you can check in once every 6 months and we're good?
I mean, I think you can check in. I think people appreciate it because that's what people are doing now, walking around with their phones, checking what their friends are up to, what their favorite bands are up to. So I think that's kind of almost the new form of radio or promotion in a lot of ways. You know, it's tough to not embrace that, I guess.
Yeah, it really is. Know? Now we're at Heavy Montreal, so obviously live. Talk to me about the band's live performance and what live is in terms of the new sort of marketing, because it's sort of back to the 1970s where you're not on the radio, you're out on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of bands are in the same boat. I mean, in order to keep fans, it's kind of the whole grassroots thing where you got to stay on the road, the traveling circus, and you know, that's really what it's all about now. As far as, you know, making a living being a musician is really more about being on the road than it has been. I guess that doesn't really affect things on stage for us because we're still kind of doing what we've always done. But yeah, that's just the way things are done now.
But it really is important to get out there. You can't just sort of count on.
No.
Now the tour is extending into the spring of next year. Is that just what's announced, and there's going to be more, or at some point we got to go, okay, we're off the road, let's get back to
I would imagine there'll probably be a little bit more. I think we're pretty much booked up until February, March next
is
year.
what I read, yeah.
So I think at that point it'll be about a year since we put the record out. So usually we try to push it to 18 months, 2 years of on and off, I guess, with the new record out, just to give it a strong push. And then, yeah, at some point, probably later next year, we'll have to think about doing another record. And hopefully it won't be as long of a break between records.
Is new music actually important to the band in the sense that, you know, since you've been around so long, you can just sort of put your name on the marquee, you'll get the fans coming out?
I think there's some people that'll come out just to see the show regardless. They'll go see their bands that they like, but it's I mean, from our perspective, it's almost like, what's the point of coming around the same city 3-4 times playing the same songs? It's nice to have new material, you know. So once you make your rounds, especially we tour the States a lot, usually 2 or 3 times a year. So it's a lot of those people have seen a similar set. So it's like, okay, if we're coming here again, we should come with some new material, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me ask you about the set list, because as a KISS fan, they've done the same set list for 20 years, and it drives me up a wall. How conscious are you of that in terms of planning and saying, okay, we've been to this market before, we've got to switch things up. We can't give them that same old, we can't do the rock and roll all night again.
Yep. It's weird for us. We try to find a balance because there's probably like 6 or 7 songs in our set that people get mad if we don't play.
Right.
So we try to, mostly the songs we've done videos for, things like that, the ones that people know the best. But beyond that, we try to fill in the blanks with different things, and it's really, I think Jesse and Justin in particular have become very sensitive to that. Like, hey, we gotta start changing things up, guys, because for like a year we were playing very similar set over and over, and I think it just got boring for everybody. So. Trying to keep things moving,
because
for everybody's sanity, the crowd and us.
Yeah, because as a fan, especially like of KISS, you just go, oh, why am I here again? I've seen this 15 times.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of outside of KILLSWITCH ENGAGE, any projects for you moving forward down to 2017, 2018, or are you just happy being where you are? Okay.
Right now, we've been pretty busy with the KILLSWITCH stuff because we're touring a lot. But I have another project called Brothers Born.
Right.
It's we're doing a new record, kind of on the time off later in the year. We're gonna start. Probably won't be out until later next year. But yeah, be working on that a little bit. But
so let me ask you, why the importance of having that side project? What can you say with them that you can't say in KILLSWITCH?
Well, I listen to a lot of like acoustic music, folky stuff,
right.
Classic rock, even like ambience, things like that. So it's kind of a strange mixture of indie, folky, almost like an '80s electronic twist to it. It's my friend Mike and I do together, and it's a fun outlet, man, just to get away from the metal and the loud stuff and to sit around with an acoustic guitar or a banjo and approach things differently. So.
But at this point in KILLSWITCH's career, I mean, we're 17 years in, can't you make an album that's a little more offbeat, or do you have to sort of stick to that sound?
I think we could.
Yeah.
It might psych some people out, might bum some people out, you never know. I mean, you don't want to stray too far from what you do, I guess, especially for, a metal band.
Yeah, it's kind of a strange thing,
Yeah.
AC/DC's done the same album for 30 years, but then you look at U2 and they've done 15 different styles.
Yeah, change it up quite a bit. Yeah.
So, it's one of those.
You never know. But we'll always try to keep things moving in some direction, not make the same record twice, but it's tough with metal. It's like what hasn't really been done, all the different genres have been blended, so unless you're going to go off and do the jazz parts or bluegrass parts, and people are starting to do that stuff now.
Symphonic KILLSWITCH ENGAGE.
So who knows? Who knows?
There you go. Great pleasure.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Joel.
You got it.